Hey guys, I'm Void,
I'm Enigma.
and this is a CDL Report. Let's get right into it.
Yeah,
We have
pretty fun. Pretty fun weekend. I know you were excited. You've been on your Mafia 2 grind recently, which has been pretty entertaining from my perspective. You're not locked in on COD, but hey, what are you gonna do?
I've been so locked in on COD.
The major was fun. Kinda. I thought it was very lackluster up
Uh,
until
I
like
thought it was
Champ
pretty
Sunday.
exciting. A lot of upset and close series, even though some of the scores don't really reflect that.
Mhm.
I think some of those 3-0s are closer than they seem.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it was a really good major overall, and LA Thieves finally, the super team finally gets a win.
Yep, I was,
You
I
know,
was, I was, I said on the last show, if they don't win the major, super team titles gotta go. They won the major, pretty convincingly, actually. That grand final was not really close,
no, it was not.
and we watched that one together. It was fun. It was still a fun watch. The major, all in itself, was a good major. I don't think it was a great major, but it was good. Um, the arena it was in was kind of like weird. Like it just looked like a I don't know where I know they're in Florida, but like I don't know they gotta do a little better with that.
I mean, it's Florida. What do you really expect? You
Ye-
know?
Yeah, they had a really bad event last year too. But let's get into these matches. We're in for a long one. We're in for a long one. We start off with the Carolina Royal Ravens versus the LA Thieves to kick off, and this went exactly how you would expect. Thieves have just had these guys number every single time on land,
I mean,
online and on
they
land. Yeah,
they've had their number the entire year.
yeah,
It I will say it definitely sucks for Ravens to their last game in the online qualifiers being destroyed by LA Thieves,
yeah,
only to verse them literally first round in the major.
yeah. My biggest takeaway is Gwyn actually had a very good land in the two matches that they played. He performed pretty well.
He did.
I
Yeah.
got not much else to say about this series, honestly. This was a
I
3-0 slammage. You
Yeah,
want to move on?
besides Gwen finally not just being an onliner,
Yeah.
there's not much to say.
All right, let's move on. Let us move on to our first upset of the weekend. It was the Vancouver
Uh,
Surge taking on Atlanta FaZe in a 3-1 fashion. Void, I want you to take us away for a second.
so I wouldn't really call this an upset. I mean, Surge has proven that they're a top three team, and FaZe themselves weren't really looking that good going into this major.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a result that should have been expected. I
Okay.
personally, I expected them to win.
I'm pretty
Uh,
sure we predicted that on our on our on
we
our
did.
bracket.
Surge just played really well. I mean,
Yeah.
they were kind of shutting down FaZe at every avenue. FaZe just, I don't know what it is with this FaZe team right now, but they haven't looked good in the past couple weeks. I do expect this team to bounce back,
Yeah.
but it's a little concerning out of FaZe.
Yeah, I'd say I don't see it as concerning. It's phase. I'm never counting them out ever. Like
Fair.
I say this was an upset because no one else has won an event up until this point. So they are still the team. They were the team to beat. But Surge came out firing. Everyone had a pretty good series. 0-4, 15 negative, but he's making plays. Abizi neg 2, not that big a deal. Draza had a big stinker. That's my main takeaway from the phase side. These guys just really just steamrolled them to maps 2, 3, and 4. Like I
Yeah.
don't really know how else to really put it. Surge came out firing, and I love that. It was a good series. And we got any final thoughts? Anything on Surge? Anything on Phase?
Uh, no, I think that's kind of wraps it up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Miami Heretics and Toronto Ultra. Before we do get started, Ben Beans was not at the event because of a visa issue. Mercules took his place, and my goodness, was I blown away by this kid.
Oh my
Uh,
god, he was so fun to watch.
yeah,
He was just making right play after right play.
yeah,
He was going on streaks. Like he proved what he should be in this league.
yeah,
It's crazy to me that he's not on a single team right now.
yeah,
Like
and we will
this
definitely get
isn't
to that later. Yeah,
like this isn't some online matches that he did this. This is on land at a major,
yep,
you know? And
yeah,
he played good teams too. Like this Miami team that they lost to, Miami's been really good since picking up Super.
yeah,
Like this ain't this wasn't always gonna be like a cakewalk, you
yeah,
know. I definitely didn't expect a 3-1 Miami, you know, especially with how well Mercules played.
yeah.
But
Merc was good, dude.
Miami just on a tear.
Yeah. This was Merck's only bad series on LAN at this major, and it
Even
wasn't even a
that,
bad series.
yeah.
If this is his worst, this kid has such a bright future. Like genuinely, I cannot speak on how high I am on Merck after this event. I didn't know what they were gonna do with Bean's visa issues. I don't know how that went. I don't even know if that's fixed by now. Um, but Merck came in and Merck did a damn good job. But I also want to give some love to the Miami squad. They came out to play on that Thursday. Everyone, I said it
I mean,
before, man. Metals is everything for them. If he's having a damn good series, this team is gonna flourish.
can we talk about Rancor for a little bit? I mean, this
Please,
man had
please.
an amazing land.
Rookie of the
You know,
year.
he got MVP on this series. He's just been playing amazing.
Renkar's been damn good the whole year. The whole year. He's been
He really
him
has.
and Real have been that those consistent pieces.
And
The
now
super zoom. Yeah, yeah,
adding Super to this lineup,
yeah.
it feels like ever since adding Super, Metals has been way more consistent. I
Yeah.
don't know like what the change is there, but it's nice that he really found it because
Yeah.
this Miami team's looking really good.
Yeah. This Miami squad is good. I was wrong about them. I thought they were horrible for a long time.
They were.
I didn't realize Super was that influential. Uh,
No, I
I
get that.
didn't. I didn't think he would be. I was wrong. Not familiar with the game Super. My bad. You did. You are a phenomenal guy for this Miami squad, and I'm really excited to see what they can do moving forward. Toronto just couldn't keep up. It looked like they just kind of got steamrolled until the protocol. The protocol was pretty close,
Yeah,
but
Codacy's kind of had a bad series, but you know you can't have amazing series all the time.
this was
You know
also their first match with Merc on LAN.
that's
They
also
barely
true.
got any practice with him to begin with. I'm pretty sure Merc found out he was playing the morning of, so they didn't have like time. Toronto looked good though. Oh, sorry, Miami looked good. Excuse me. Toronto did not look so good, but we're gonna see the bounce back in a little bit.
Let's move on.
Yep. This was the easiest read of my life.
Yeah,
Boston Breach 3 0'd the Optic Texas. Boston came to play. It was a 250, 236 red card, which was a very fun watch because everyone was cooking. I think Shotzi had like 40. I think Dashy almost had 40. I think Hook almost had 40. We can actually check that. And then the Hacienda was a 6-0 slammage. And then the Vault was just Boston clutching up. We could take a look at that map one. Hook with 34, Shotzi with 42, Dashy with 39
and
for
then
the
there's
loss.
guys with 25. Like,
Like, this team upsets me so much. But I want to give some love to Boston at first because Boston really, they've been weird this year. They can
they've
shoot.
definitely had their up and downs,
Yeah,
but I feel like they've really found themselves the last
recently.
two
Yeah,
majors.
yeah.
You know, the past one and the one before. Uh, I I think it could really only go up from here for Boston. I mean, I feel like if
Yeah,
they can just play a little more consistently against the top teams, they can sneak into a Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. They can definitely sneak into a Sunday. I don't know what Optic was thinking squaring up with Boston on Hacienda. That's a very questionable decision when I believe the only time Boston has lost Hasi Search was against LAG when it was that random anomaly 5-1 comeback. So that's questionable from the Optic squad. We could actually see the vetoes. Optic banned. What search did they ban? They banned dealership. So they're just not they're not confident in dealership, but I personally would rather play dealership than Boston's best men. That's just my
I
opinion on
agree.
it.
No, I agree.
Um, Purge was cooking. Purge was cooking this match. Uh, all of Boston was. I know there's like two guys negative. It was
But
by two. That's not relevant. I want to take a focus on the Optic squad right now. Um, Skies does not shoot back 99% of the time.
no, I think it's definitely questionable that they're not going to change again.
Yeah, we'll get into
Look,
that in depth later, but yeah,
I don't think Skies is a terrible player, but this just is not his game whatsoever.
yeah,
I think him getting picked up is questionable.
yep,
If I was Optic, I would try my hardest to get Merc, but
yeah.
we don't know the
But
behind the scenes on that.
Skies with 3 and 6, point 0.7 in the map one, 0.77 overall. Like this guy, it's not on him. It's not. But he's not exactly helping.
No.
Uh, Boston looked good though. Boston looked good. I think we should move on. C9, Atlanta phase. I feel bad for C9 sometimes, but also they put themselves in this position. They needed to be better at a lot of points in the year, and they just weren't. I liked this squad. I think Sib has been incredible for them since Major One. Cramp has been damn good the whole year up until literally the major. This past major. Attach and Mac have been the two most noticeable downsides of the squad. Um, I think it's just phase being phase and steamrolling. Void. What do you
Yeah,
what do you
I
take
mean,
away? The map
there's
two
not
was
much.
close.
There's not much to really say about C9 that hasn't been said already. Uh, Something in this roster has to change. I know there's been some rumors that they're at least trying to make a change.
Yeah,
I don't remember who they're picking up, but I
I
know it
heard
was
I heard
rumored Mac was,
Capsule recently.
I heard Mac's gonna be dropped.
I heard that too.
Personally, I
Uh,
think Attack should be dropped over
yeah.
Mac.
From
Because
what I've heard, recently, this is getting a little off topic, but from what I've heard, they were trying to get Merc, and that fell through. So maybe the offer wasn't good enough. Maybe the offer that Toronto gave Merc was just better to sit on the bench. Like that's very possible too.
I mean,
It's
personally,
hard to say because it's just speculation on our half.
if I'm Merc personally, after showing like that, I would not go to a team that's most likely not making champs, and I'd rather sit on the bench on a team like Toronto, who will probably give them a chance next year.
That's fair. That's also fair. But yeah, C9, they just
Not
got
much to
bopped
say, yeah.
out pretty convincingly. They threw away that map too. They literally threw it away. That round 11 was all theirs to win. But yeah, they got bopped out. Phase is just phase. Not much else to say, right?
Yeah, no.
Next up, Optic Texas, Vegas Falcons. This did not go the way I thought it would.
So this one
Um,
really surprised me. I thought Optic was probably gonna win, but I didn't expect the slammage that happened.
yeah,
Uh, Finally, Shotzi has like an amazing series.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
been a little
he's
bit.
been having a lot of stinkers recently,
Yeah,
but
Dashy was also cooking. Hook was cooking. Skies goes neg by one, which is fine. Which is fine. That's more than fine. Neg by one is no big deal in my eyes. I would
yeah,
like
but
him
when
to
the
have more damage. He only got 6k damage, and his AR duo has 8, which is a little concerning. but Skies is just not getting the interactions in this match. Uh, these Falcons just did not come to play.
No, not at all. The there's not much to say about this Falcons team. I mean, even when it was conceptualized, they weren't making champs already.
Yeah,
You know, they're kind of just playing to play at this point.
yeah.
You know, not much to say.
P-Dog with a
If you're,
point
if,
six.
it,
Yeah.
if you're an Optic fan, I would definitely say this is a great match to win.
Is it though?
But
I mean, it's a little bit of a revenge series, I will say, because Pred on the other team. They
I,
beat them online
I
for
mean,
their
it
first
shows
win of
that
the
Optic
year.
can really beat the bottom teams. You know,
Yeah, but like that should go without saying.
it should, but it hasn't.
Correct.
It's
Yeah,
as simple
correct.
as that.
Absolutely
It just
correct.
hasn't.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's nice to see
Yeah.
that they can win.
I guess so. I guess the bar is just that low with this Optic squad.
It's very low.
I don't have too much else to say about this series. I really thought Falcons were gonna 3-0. After seeing what they did online, they didn't look bad online. On land, just no one came up to play except Exton. It felt like Exton was the only one trying to actually win, which was a big shame. The ARs, something's got to change. That was our main concern when this squad formed, and it's still a main concern here. Priesta has not won a match on LAN since he won Call of Duty Champs in Modern Warfare 2.
Bro, it's
Um,
insane that he's won champs and hasn't won a land series again.
has not won a single LAN series since. Um, yeah, that's gotta Priesta's gotta go. Like, just on that stat alone, I'm not picking him up personally. Cause like you gotta
No,
have one, right? Like you gotta get one, right?
no, he'll
I
still
know.
probably find a team next year.
I don't think so. I think this is his last chance, personally.
No, one of the
Unless he
bottom
shows
teams are
out,
gonna give it to. One of the bottom teams are definitely gonna give him a chance. I don't
it's
think they
possible.
should,
It's possible. I
but they
don't see it
probably will.
happening, but it's possible. He's a veteran at the end of the day. But yeah, he has not won a match on LAN since he won Call of Duty Champs. Let's move on. Falcons suck. Optic also suck, but they suck less. Let's move on. Oh, Jesus Christ. It was the Toronto Ultra versus LAG slammage. Literally just Merc dropped to
No, if I'm
1.4.
LAG, blow it all up. No, I wouldn't keep anyone on this team.
No, I would still keep Kismet. I know he dropped to point 0.6 here, but Kismet's been good all year.
I mean,
Kismet,
he was good in the
I would still
beginning
keep
half of the
Johnny.
year.
Honestly, I personally I would keep the subs. I think Johnny's been good for them, really good. It's just the rest of his team has been very inconsistent. Lunars, I've seen nothing. I've seen nothing from this guy since he got into this spot. I don't know if you're feeling the same, but like,
Um,
yeah, I've seen like nothing from this guy.
I think if you put Lunars on a better team, he would do better.
Yeah, but
But
like, how much better? Like, genuinely, like, how much better? Because like, I don't, I have, even when you're on a bad team, there's still some takeover maps. You know what I'm saying? Even
true.
takeover rounds in like control. I think we've
He
seen
hasn't
like
really
one
had any of
takeover.
those.
He's had like one takeover round on a protocol control randomly, and that was it. Like
He
I
looks
haven't
like a
seen much of this guy. Yeah,
he looks like a solid player, just not. He's not going to be a superstar. You know
I
what
just
I
don't
mean?
think I don't think he's league ready. I think he needs to go back to challengers, figure it all out. Maybe you're right. Maybe with a better squad, he'd be more consistent. Putting up better numbers. But I've just seen nothing in. I've seen nothing in his league stint to really like prove that.
No, I get that.
Toronto just ran him over. Like this
Yeah,
was not close. It was a
no.
250 61 vault,
Every
6-4
bro,
protocol, and a
what's it called?
3-1 vault. Like
Just looking at the that Ultras KDs throughout the series, like everyone had above a point 4, one
yeah.
4,
Inside
besides
did
Empire.
drop a point 0.8, but like when your other teammates have a 1.5, 1.6, and 1.4, what else can you really do?
Yeah,
Like
no, I don't think
sometimes just lose gunfights.
I feel like he just didn't have the same amount of interactions as the rest of his team had.
He
His team was kind of
definitely did not.
Yeah, his team was just slaying around him, and he didn't really have much to do.
Yeah, and he probably just lost the gunfight. He didn't even go neg by that much. He went neg by
No.
8, which literally just means he lost a few gunfights.
Yeah.
I think we should move on. I don't think we waste time with this.
No.
LAG sucked. Toronto's good. Minnesota Rocker, Carolina Royal Ravens. We had Ravens winning this, but Minnesota Rocker keep their champs' dreams alive by winning this series. This was a pretty convincing series, actually. A 6-1 on the search. They did drop the map 3, but they were pretty clinical on the red card.
Yeah, if I'm Ravens, I don't even know.
What do
They
you
look
do
good
at
in,
this point?
I don't really know if there's anything you can do at this point. You know, you scapegoated Vivid when Perfectly did not think he was the problem. Far from the problem.
He
I
was
think their
a
biggest problem.
problem.
Yeah, but I think their biggest problem is their teamwork. You know, I feel like they're just not playing right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's also,
Like
I think, on land especially, they're trying to overcompensate for Gwyn. And Gwyn actually had a pretty okay land. Everyone else did not. This is also Dylan Reck's first land on the squad. So I assume there were some nerves from his half too. But yeah, the Ravens have fallen off. They did scapegoat Vivid. I don't think Vivid was the whole problem. He was definitely a problem. Like, you can't be dropping .6s. Like, he was their second best land player before he got dropped. I think Tej was their best land player, but they dropped Vivid. In the past, no team has gotten better after they dropped Vivid, and it's the same thing here. They actually got worse and got their worst placing of the year.
yeah.
Uh,
Look,
yeah,
they're gonna make champs for the simple fact is how they played in the beginning of the year.
the first half was good. They
Yeah,
had a pretty
but
good first half.
this is a if we're judging them right now, this is a bottom team. Like
Yeah, this is looking like a top 8 squad at
I
champs. They get eliminated pretty quick.
yeah, I think they're gonna end top 8 in champs. I don't see this team make even competing for the Sunday.
Yeah.
Like they've looked
Yeah.
really bad.
I do want to give some love to Nero. I feel like I've been harsh on Nero. He's been pretty bad since Major 1. Like, after Major 1, he's been very inconsistent. He dropped a 1.4 here. This was a complete takeover from Nero, and it felt like he was just single-handedly like bringing them to the victory in the map 4. Look at this. He dropped 32 and 14, 2.2 KD in that map. It felt like he just took over that map 4. Uh,
Yeah.
he was pretty consistent the whole series, and everyone just got cooked in the map 3. But yeah, this Rocker Squad keep their champs' dreams alive for now, and
Let's move
I
on.
let's move on. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're about to cook, aren't we?
Bro, this fucking
Um.
series, I have so much to fucking say about this.
Please take us away. Please start us
Bro,
off.
if I'm an Optic fan, it definitely sucks for the loss. You know, especially dropping out how they dropped out like top 12 or
Top 8. Top 8.
top
They
8,
got top 8.
top
Yeah.
8. Uh this was such a fucking winnable series by Optic. Like
Yeah.
it's so sad. They're up 5-3 in the search, threw it all away. They're up 2-0 in the control, threw it all away. It's like this team just doesn't know how to win. They know how they have part of the equation. They have like 90% of the equation, but they can't with zero brain power figure out the last 10%.
Yeah.
You know? And let's talk about making a change. Like Skies, right? They've been looking great on scrims, and even this series, it shows they can beat a top team, but they just can't finish.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about this Optic squad, but they just suck. I don't know.
No, I definitely agree with you. They definitely suck. This squad is very bad. Um, This is such a winnable series, like you said. I definitely agree. It feels like when they're in the driver's seat and they literally just all they have to do is literally put down their controllers. They don't have to do anything. Literally, just put down your controller and relax for a second. And Shotzi like jumps, does like a dolphin dive trying to 360 someone, or
Bro, he
or
loves
or
trying to
or
rockstar
or
people.
someone else tries to overextend. Not just on shots either. This team's this team's placing this year and just overall performance, it's not all on Shotzi.
No, no.
It's on every
It's
single
it's
person.
a team effort. It's just
Yeah, this is super winnable. I do want to talk about the map two, the round 11. Shotzi makes the absolute play. This guy makes the play, runs through mid map, somehow doesn't die. No one looks at him. Makes the play to finally get Celium off of that top balcony that he's been every single round. He made the play, and then they went B bomb. Why did they go B bomb? I don't know. Um,
yeah, it's a very questionable call, especially with the map control they had. I
with
felt like A would
Shotzi
have been
their
better.
top, Shotzi their top, I'm pretty sure Dashy was either their hedge or their top. Hey, go A, bro! Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Why are we overcomplicating it? Like, it feels like they overcomplicate it when they're about to win every single
Yeah,
time.
yeah, but even just looking at that B hit, right? It looked like they were literally just going in one after the other.
That's
You
exactly what
know,
they did.
like they weren't playing. They weren't playing.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
were not playing together. Uh, Shotzi made the play. He made the play. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He made the play, killed MC. MC's been up on that balcony almost every single round. He made the play, and then they went B bomb for some godforsaken reason. And Karma went on Scump's watch party, Scump asked him, "Why didn't we go A?" And you know what Karma said? Couldn't tell you, because he was so mind blown that they made such a stupid play. Like it's not on the coaches at this point. They're not they're not picking up the controller and playing. You know, like this squad is brain dead. And it's so annoying because these guys are so talented. Like, all these guys are former world champs. These guys have rings. Dashy just got his ring. Shotzi has 2 rings. Hook has a ring. Skies has a ring. Like, these guys have what it takes to win. They just don't win. Like, that's just all it is. They have what it takes to win. They just don't win. They don't close, like you said. This squad is so annoying.
Yeah,
Um, Phase, Phase just clutched up. I think that's all it is.
they had that
Phase,
clutch factor.
yeah, and now and Draza's just the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Like Draza just owns Optic at this point. I don't remember his record against them recently off the top of my head, but I think it's
It's
like
pretty
eight and
damn good.
one, 9-1, something like that.
Yeah,
I think the
he's been the
only
optic slayer.
I think the only time he's lost against him was Major 3 last year, which is very crazy because that was an insane loss too. Um, Phase are just phase. Phase clutched up. Optic sucks. We had any final thoughts before we move on? I mean, do we want to talk about vetoes or anything? Like,
No,
it
this
seems pretty
optic
straight
squad
up.
is just so disappointing because it they have moments of brilliance,
Yeah,
but they just can't clutch up. They have no clutch factor.
yeah,
Can't finish a map.
yeah. Optic go out top 8. Let's move on. Toronto Ultra, Minnesota Rocker, Toronto Ultra crush Minnesota's dreams of making champs. They're not completely out yet. We'll get to that later. But they eliminate Rocker. I think this is top 8 also.
Top eight, I
Um,
believe. Yeah.
this was just Toronto outclassing. I feel like this is just Toronto outclassing. Merc makes the play again. I feel like every single time they're on his POV at the end of a map, he's making the play to win. He's making the correct play. He dropped a 1.09. Dude, the guy is good. I'm very high on Merc, and it's criminal he hasn't been picked up yet.
Yeah.
Rocker just got shit on. Like I don't really think there's much else to really go about it. Like they literally just got shit on. Map one was
Oh,
close.
I don't know. Map 1 and 2 were pretty close, but 3 and 4 were just slamages.
Yeah, one Toronto came out on top. Rocker took the rewind, and then after that it was just Toronto.
Yeah. Not much to
Uh,
say.
yeah, this Rocker squad is very weird. This Rocker squad, it kind of feels
They're
similar
day
to
by day.
Optic. And what I mean by that is they're depending on Nero and Estrio to go nuts, or else they just don't win. That's what it feels like. And Nero's just ever since Nero's fallen off, these guys have fallen off. It feels like he's their X factor.
Yeah.
In at least in my eyes, I don't know if you have a take on that, but that's how I see it.
No, I agree with that take.
We got any final thoughts on this series? Rocker go out top eight.
Uh,
Toronto looks good.
if I'm Rocker, I'll just be looking forward to the upcoming qualifier matches. They should have won a majority of their qualifiers last major.
Yeah. What
Uh,
what 3 map 5s? 4 map 5s?
Four map fives, and they've won
That's
one.
rough.
Yeah, and I
The
think three of them
standings,
were round
dude.
11.
The standings could look so different if they just clutched up
Yeah,
one more.
exactly. Honestly, just try and shore up whatever they have to shore up for the online qualifiers, and try and the next major just hope they make a deep run.
Yeah.
It's as simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Let's move on. Surge. Surge in Boston. I think this went exactly how we expected it to go. Boston just can't beat the squad. Um, they played them the last major. It was much closer the last major, but yeah, this was kind of a slammage. Besides the map 3,
Yeah.
Boston just don't have it in them. They can upset. They have capability to upset. We saw that last major against the LA Thieves. But man, like I don't know, like these guys are so day to day too. They have looked pretty good the last 2 majors, but I feel like I don't know, once they get into winners round 2, it just feels like they fall off a cliff. They made it to winners round 2 last major, and it went exactly how it went this time, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not that high on this Boston squad. I was, but I still think they should have made a change.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't know who you make a change for now. It's kind of
Pick an
too
AR. Pick an AR. I don't care. Pick one.
late.
Like I'm still. I've said that for 2 majors. Pick an AR to change. I don't care which one.
If you're dropping an AR, it's probably gonna be Cammy.
I think you can make the argument for either one. Genuinely, like I think you can make the argument for either one. I think Purge has been good though. I think Purge and Snoopy are the ones to keep. I think Snoopy had a bad land performance this weekend though, which is a little tough. But like he can only do so much. He's been carrying the team for the whole damn year. Uh, Serge looked good though.
Yeah,
Like
Sturge did.
I don't got much else to say about this series.
No, I
All
think
right,
we just move on.
all right.
LA Thieves, Miami.
LA Thieves Miami 3-0. This was not close whatsoever.
Mm,
This was
Uh,
literally just a slammage.
this was straight up bullying by the LA Thieves. I'd
Yeah,
said it coming into this major. The Thieves are coming in here with a vengeance. You know, they were all fired up. This was their tournament to win,
yeah,
and
and they did it. They did it.
they 2 quick 3-0s against Ravens in Miami.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not much to say. LA Thieves just they played like they're a super team because they
yeah,
are.
yeah,
They showed why they're the super team.
yeah. Miami just couldn't compete. Literally, no map was close.
Nope.
Let's move on. I don't think we touch on it much more.
Ultra
Boston and
Boston.
this went exactly the same how it went the first time. At the
Oh,
last land, same thing, man.
Yeah, I just didn't expect them to basically get 100-point clubbed on both hard points. Uh,
Yeah,
I definitely had
Boston's hard
Ultra
point.
winning. I definitely had Ultra winning, but yeah,
I thought it'd be a little close.
if I'm Boston, you gotta start working on those hard points a little bit. You
Yeah,
know,
that's been their main weakness this year. I
it
feel like.
it really has. They just besides map 2 and 3, they didn't look good on those hard points whatsoever.
Yeah, but they definitely could have Neslo'd the series. They definitely could have if they took the map three. Which again, the map three was pretty close. Um, yeah, this Boston squad just couldn't compete in the hard points. That's literally what it came down to.
Ultra just had better teamwork and all that.
Ultra has Merc on the squad, bro. Like that's it. He's gonna make the play. Jodeci Russell 1.2. That's my guy. I love Joey D. That's my guy. Boston just did not look good, and they drop out the major. I believe top six. I believe it was top six.
I believe so.
We got any final thoughts before we move on? Because I don't think there's too much to say here.
No, there's not really that much to say. I mean, Ultra looked good, even with Merc. I really wonder what this major would have looked like if Beans were playing instead.
I think they make the final. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, probably. But
Because I feel like it goes like almost the exact same, except they beat Surge personally. But like Merc didn't slack in that series. He actually got costed. But let's move on. Oh boy. Oh,
so
this is one.
this was my match of the major.
Yeah,
Like
I'd have to agree with that.
this was such a great. Yeah, it was an upset, but this was just such a great series to watch.
It was such a fun watch, man.
You
Such
know,
a fun
especially
watch.
after that map 1 where FaZe almost got 100-point clubbed. I was instantly like, there's no way Miami does it. Like, they could do it.
Yeah. This
And they fucking did.
this could have been a 3-1. Miami were up 5-2 in the search, I want to say. 5-2, 5-3. They were they had the advantage. FaZe, I believe Abizi took over, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was an Abizi takeover. Abizi and Sim. Abizi and Sim takeover. In the map 2. Man, this Miami squad eliminates Atlanta FaZe top 6. Did not have that on my bingo card.
No.
I didn't think Miami had that dog in them to eliminate FaZe like this.
I didn't I didn't either, but man, I love seeing it.
I love a good upset. I love a good underdog story. Um,
Super playing his fucking heart out
yeah.
this
You
series,
mentioned
especially in
this
the hard
on
points.
yeah, you mentioned this on the last show that you were concerned with FaZe's hard point,
Yeah.
and it you were right. Like it, I thought they were gonna put it together. They kind of did, but kind of didn't. They won a few hard points, just not many. In this series, they won 0 hard points, and it costed them. You can't Neslo every series.
No, you cannot. It it's I don't know. It's crazy to me that FaZe is just so bad at hardpoint. Like
Like with
with the
a
talent they
squad that
had,
talented, yeah, that's what I was about to say. A squad that talented, why are they so bad at hardpoint?
I
Like
don't
I
know.
don't.
If FaZe can just figure out or even just win half your hard points,
Yeah.
you know, they can easily win champs. But
Oh yeah. But I
I
want to give
don't
some
know.
love to this Miami squad, man. Did not think they had that dog in them to clutch up like that, especially after giving up the lead in the map 2.
And it also
Uh,
brought them to their second Sunday of the
yep,
year.
second Sunday of the year, where man, they really showed out this major. They went 2-2. Man, they looked fun. They were a fun team to watch the whole major,
I
honestly.
mean, they even looked good on the online qualifiers.
Yeah, this is their home major too, so you know they wanna show out.
Yeah.
FaZe just they're gonna regroup. You know, like we're not blowing
Oh
it
no.
up. We're not blowing it up. I
They've
know
won two
maybe they
majors.
should. Maybe they should blow it up.
Bro,
Actually,
they won two majors this year.
they might need to
It's
blow it up.
phase. They can easily come back from this. It's not a big deal. You know,
I don't know. I feel like we
but
should make it a big deal. I feel like we should start some narratives. Draza's got to go. That would
that's
be
crazy.
best case scenario for everyone. Well, not like FaZe obviously, but like everyone else in the league is what I mean. But yeah, this squad's never going away. Let's move on. FaZe go out top six, and Toronto and Miami make the Sunday. They both make the Sunday. Toronto with a substitute makes the Sunday. What do you take away about this series, Floyd? Please kick us off because this is a pretty competitive series from both ends.
Uh, on one hand, if I'm Miami, I'm taking this as a huge win, even though they lost this series. One, they beat FaZe, this major, and
Yeah,
two, they've made the Sunday again. You know, it shows that like they can compete against the top teams.
yeah,
Uh, I don't know if I'm Miami, I'm just happy to be there, and if I'm Ultra, you know, this is the result you expected. You expected them to make that Sunday. Uh, it was kind of hit or miss because they brought in Mercules, but he played amazing.
yeah,
Not a lot to say. It was just a
yeah,
really close series. Besides the last map,
yeah. Uh, I know you said happy to be there. I hate that personally. I hate that. This is supposed to be a very competitive league. Supposed to be. If you're not winning, then you're miserable.
yeah.
I feel like that's what it should be. Happy to be there. I don't like personally. I don't know if they are happy to be there.
No, I
This is a
only
very winnable series.
I only say that because besides Major One, they didn't look that great on the Major Two qualifiers
That's true.
or Major Two in general.
That's true.
I take this as a win because Super is still pretty new to the team. He only joined these online qualifiers,
Yeah.
so they're still kind of getting used to each other.
Yeah.
So just making the Sunday again and beating FaZe and almost beating Ultra, I don't know. If I'm a player, I'm counting that not as like a win-win,
Yeah.
but a step in the right direction.
It definitely is a step in the right direction. I think that's a better way to put it. This was a very winnable series from Miami.
It
Uh,
was.
they, they threw away a lot of these rounds. It felt like they played super scared on that rewind. Um, Besides Real, I felt like Real was just kind of running. Yeah, he went 1-7. I feel like he was literally just running it down and just dying. That's just what it came down to. Everyone else just didn't do that great. Um, Fun series. I really enjoyed myself this series. Merc, man, I can't sing his praises enough. I feel like I say it every time. This guy is good, man. I know Toronto has a really good system, and he just probably slotted in pretty well. But like, man, the guy just makes play after play after play.
Yeah.
Jodeci's getting the 100 kill mark too is pretty impressive. 1.2 Joey D, man. Uh, Toronto's good, man. I was very down on them earlier in the year. I'm very wrong, and I'm very happy to be wrong. This squad is actually good.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. I know Merck's not gonna be there. I mean, as far as we know, Beans is probably gonna come back. I fully expect Toronto to make finals. I don't know whether that's gonna be a Major Four finals, a Champs finals, a EWC finals. I expect them to make at least one of the finals.
I think if they had beans, I think what's it called? They make the finals this major.
I agree. I agree. Let's move on. And this was also a pretty fun series. LA Thieves, Vancouver Surge, winners finals. You called it. You texted me. Reverse sweep incoming at when they got to the control. I think it was literally the beginning of the control,
Yep.
and you said, "I'm smelling the reverse sweep," and
Bro,
they reverse swept.
I called that shit. I
Yeah,
mean, that map one, Thieves looked really good on, even though
yeah,
they lost.
yeah,
Map two was a bit of a stinker, but I don't know. I coming into this series, I thought it was LA Thieves series to lose.
Yeah.
not Vancouver's to win.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. LA Thieves just has that ice
Yeah.
to them.
Um, what I want to get at is, dude, I don't like this map one was so weird. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like the map one was close. It was definitely close. The map two, not so close. Then Thieves just kind of woke up. There are some series when you play on land and you win, especially in this kind of a fashion, that this makes you win the whole event. And I
Yeah,
think
no,
this
the
was
momentum
that
coming off from
series.
this was insane.
I think this was that series that propelled them to win the event. Because one, it just gave them a delusional confidence, I'm sure. And two, it shows you got that ice. Because reverse sweep and surge is not an easy thing to do. Because surge is still good.
Yeah.
Scrap, man. Scrap and Hydra. These guys, dude.
I
These
mean, bro,
guys are insane.
they're everything that they promised to be.
Yeah,
You know, like coming into this is what you expect out of those two players, and they're showing why they're a super team.
yeah. I feel like in the latter half of the series, they just found a way to counter Neptune. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I mean Neptune still did good. I just feel like they found a way to counter him.
I mean,
And
this
yeah.
entire year, just LA Thieves have had Surge's number
Yeah.
this entire year.
They do go to a map 5. It was pretty close, 6-4. LA Thieves just they got ice, man. They just got some serious ice. Hydra gets the MVP, rightfully so, right there, because when
A
they're on his
1.1,
POV, I feel like it was just a walking two piece.
bro. That control KD 1.41 is a crazy stat.
Yeah, I don't like. I would not want to play these guys on any control. Honestly, any map. Period. Like I would just run away.
Yeah,
Personally,
if
personally, I'm
I
running away.
if I'm any team, I would want to avoid LA Thieves as much as possible.
Yeah. But they did bring it to a map 5. They had the advantage. They just couldn't close. Seattle couldn't close. Um, we see this match again in grand finals. So let's move on a little bit. Surge Toronto.
Yeah, this
Um,
this series was, besides the last map, this series was super close. That the
yeah,
ending to map one was crazy.
yeah.
Just straight up crazy.
We can actually take a look at it. So please, by all means, keep on talking. I have it muted so you can keep talking while we watch it. But yeah, this was insane. Toronto just needed 2 points here.
Yeah, I mean, Surge just boxed them out. It's as simple as that. They're keeping them off the point while getting the point themselves.
Yeah,
It
just
re-
look at Joe just trying to take a route here. I feel like if Joe gets that kill, it opens up something there. He just doesn't get it. Merc can only do so much. He gets one, but he gets traded pretty efficiently, and then that's it. That was game.
Yeah, they're kind of just running at them one by one. They didn't really have a group push at the end there, which kind of messed them up.
Yeah,
Oh, but this was.
crazy.
I felt like this series could have gone either way.
Oh, 100%.
Besides map four, they Ultra easily could have won this and made grand finals.
This should have gone map 5. Toronto
Agree.
literally they needed 1 point. They needed 2 points for so long. They just needed 1 point here. And they would have pushed it to a map 5, and then who knows what happens there. Personally, I think I have Toronto there.
I have Toronto too.
But Surge just clutch up, man. Surge do have some sort of ice. It's not too consistent ice, but like they got ice.
I feel like
Yeah.
they
Please.
just don't have ice against LA Thieves. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thieves just counter Surge so well.
Yeah. Kleenex had a really bad series. I don't think it's all on Kleenex, but like him having such a tough series does not help them. I think his KD just got dropped down by the map 4. Yeah. It was all the map 4 pretty much.
Yeah, it was mainly map 4.
Yeah, map 4 was tough for all of them. But Merc was cooking, man. I'm so high on this guy. I'm so high on Merc. Tippable. Very typical performance out of Merc. Coming in with no practice whatsoever. Making the run. Making the run all the
Top
way to the
3.
Sunday, making top three. That is nothing to hang your head about. If you're a Merc, you're very happy for the experience. This is the time where I'm like, all right, happy to be there. But winnable. Very
Yeah.
winnable. So you're annoyed a little bit. But given the circumstances
You
where
couldn't have asked for better.
you couldn't have asked for better, man. Like genuinely, like this was the perfect squad to slot in for the major. Like, man, uh, I would have loved to see Merck make the run to the grand finals. I would have loved that. It would have been some nice storytelling, but it does not go that way. They drop out top three, but man, what a run from that squad though. That was a fun
Yeah.
run to watch.
I'm excited
And
to see the next major with
yeah,
Beans actually gonna be there.
I
I'm at
don't
least
know. I don't
hoping.
know if they fixed his visa stuff yet. I'm assuming so, but I think Toronto's gonna keep him on the bench just in case something like that happens. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the grand finals. It was L.A. Thieves versus the Vancouver Surge. Jesus Christ. It was a 4-0. It was a 4-0. First two maps were very close. After that, it was a steamroller, man.
Yeah.
LA Thieves finally get a win, man. Dan Ghosty gets his first chip after placing second. How many times was it? Two with
Oh,
Optic, one one last year, and one this year, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So four. After
Or
placing second four times, which has got to sting. Damn. He finally gets one. Me and you have been very high on Ghosty since he got in the league. Like
bro,
that's our guy.
I love this kid. He is amazing.
Yeah, I know we dropped a point 0.8 here, but
I mean, but he's still at 9,000 damage. That's nothing to
he just
scoff
didn't
at.
have interactions. Just look. When when Paco is dropping 107, Scrap is dropping 97, and Envoy's dropping 90, how many kills are there for you? Like, there's not that
Yeah.
many more kills for you to get.
I mean, he only went -12 throughout the whole series. That's really
Even
not that bad of a stat line.
even if he dropped a 1.0 here, right? Well, let's just say he dropped 69 and 69, right? That's still significantly less because there aren't that many kills to go around.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this was the Paco show. You know,
Yeah, this was
Hydra
Paco and Scrap, man.
Hydra straight up just took over and absolutely denied Surge anything.
Yeah.
This
I do want to take a look at this while you talk.
I mean, if I'm Surge, I already said it only just a couple minutes ago. I don't know what it is about this LA Thieves team that counters Surge so well.
Yeah.
But it feels like if Neptune isn't producing, the whole team isn't producing. You
Yeah,
know,
Neptune's definitely an X factor.
And LA Thieves just shut down Neptune.
Yeah.
You know?
This was a pretty crazy ending to the map 1-2. Dude, Thieves just clutch up. I think Abuza overextended a little bit too.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. And then Thieves clutch up. Thieves clutch up there. I do want to look at the Envoy 1v2, which I believe should be here. This was insane. This was absolutely bonkers. I'm pretty sure this was Envoy, right?
Yeah.
Like, this was insane. Like, I can't believe this happened. Like, just, dude. What do we think about dealership as a whole though?
I think it's an amazing watch.
Really?
Playing it, I don't think it's that fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think any map in this game is fun to play. You know?
Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty good watch. It
Yeah.
seems like a lot of bangouts. I mean, even this map too, it literally came down to a scrap 1v1.
Yep.
You
Which
know?
we are gonna watch in just a second. I believe this is the Envoy 1v2. Yeah, this is the Envoy 1v2. This was insane. Like, I cannot believe this happened. Like, this was So this was Surge's round to win too. Like they had it.
Yeah,
Like just
I mean,
look at
I
this.
felt like there's a couple rounds in that search that they should have had.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, even in that last 1v1 to end the map, I don't know about you, but if I was that Surge
I'm
player,
snaking my
I'm
life out. That was
snaking.
Neptune. That was Neptune.
I'm snaking that car. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
That is just serious ice at an envoy there. And let's take a look at that scrap 1v1.
I mean, Scrap just played it perfectly,
Yep.
you know?
It also helps that Neptune wasn't shooting his gun. That also helps Scrap. I don't know if Neptune just had no ammo or something, and he was like afraid to get like COD
Uh,
timing on the reload.
Personally, I don't think it's that. I think it was he thought his entire body was covered by the car,
Mhm.
so he was just trying not to give Scrap an opportunity to kill him.
Yeah,
But he just didn't expect Scrap to be able to shoot him through the window or the
I get
windshield.
that. I get that, but
I,
like, I
he,
don't know. I think Neptune shit himself. I'm not gonna lie.
if that car had no windows, obviously cars have windows, but if that car
Yeah,
had
yeah,
no windows, he plays it perfectly. He's not showing himself. He's not exposing himself. He just didn't expect Scrap to have the angle on him.
dude. He just didn't shoot his gun once, bro. Like, you gotta try to win the fight. Like, Scrap has to kill you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, you have to try and win the fight. I think Neptune just shit himself, personally. And then I feel like that was like
the turning point of the
the
series.
nail. I think that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
I think that was the nail in the
After that,
coffin. Yeah.
LA Thieves just had the momentum in the next two maps and kind of just steamrolled them.
Especially control. Like thieves don't lose control often. That's their one mode that they can rely on like almost 100% of the time. Like that's their mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But thieves finally get it done. Finally, after placing second major one, fourth major two, and now they place first. This is a good time for them to be peaking. This
Yeah.
is a real good time for them to be peaking. Surge got a lot of thinking to do because it wasn't that they just went back to back finals and lost. They didn't win a single map in both finals. It's got to be a mental thing. It's clearly not like a skill thing. It's definitely mental at this point. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think if you're Rambo, you got to find a way to like, I don't know, maybe calm the nerves from them or something. Like maybe it's nerves. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know. You gotta try something. But Thieves got it done. It was a fun. It it was still fun to watch. We watched this one together. Um, I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed myself. I thought even though like the last two maps were kind of not close, I thought it was a good watch.
Yeah, I still think it was a good watch. I still think that the first major was the best finals we've seen up to this
Yeah,
point.
100. Well, that's because it went to game 7.
Game 7, round 11. You couldn't write it better.
I mean, the last two majors, the finals have kind of been
4-0.
disappointing.
Double 4-0s, yeah.
Yeah. So
This was a fun
hopefully,
major overall though.
hopefully next major, round 7 or game 7.
This dude, I would love that. I don't the Aussie didn't even get played, Proto didn't get played, Red Card didn't get played. Like Surge got cooked. This was a fun major though. I do want to look at the standings for a second. Um, this could get interesting. This definitely could get interesting. Um, 1 through 5 should be locked. That
Honestly,
is what? Go ahead.
I mean, personally, I'm thinking like 1 through 7 is basically locked. Unless like
Yeah,
Rocker or C9 have like some miracle run,
yeah,
I don't see them winning like 3 or 4 qualifier matches.
yeah.
I have them winning 2 qualifier matches like
At
each.
most, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel like
So
at most, yeah.
that would get them at 130, which is close to Optic. But I feel like Optic is playing better against the worst teams than them.
Yeah.
So I
One
don't know
through
their
seven should
schedule.
be
So
in, yeah.
I don't know who has the harder schedule. I'm
I
not
believe
really
they have
looking at.
Optic and Rocker have similar schedules.
Yeah, so
They're not too hard, but they're not too easy. You know.
I think the only team that at this point that will probably drop out of champs is maybe Optic.
Yeah,
I think that's the only team that Rocker and New York are gonna get ahead of. This Boston team have and this Miami team have been looking really good recently.
yeah,
Like I expect them to go 3-2 in their qualifier matches,
yeah,
or is it five? Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
I,
5.
I don't know. I don't see anyone in the top seven bowing out. So
Yeah, I'm in the same
personally,
boat. Yeah,
I think top seven's a lock for champs.
yeah. It's just the last
Uh,
spot.
yeah,
Optic. If Optic don't make champs, they got some serious thinking. They already have some serious thinking to do, but even more so, I think you have to rethink everything if you don't make champs.
mm,
Um,
I'm
Rocker
yeah.
could get this done. Listen. I'm not a storyteller or anything, you know. But Kenny getting dropped from Optic and then kicking them out of that last champ spot is pretty poetic. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible. It's not impossible. C9 could also make a run.
I don't think
They gotta be good
no.
online.
I,
That's been their main thing. Like they can't win
I'm
online.
I'm sorry. I don't see C9 making it
No,
whatsoever.
I don't see it
I,
happening either.
the
But
only team
if
I
they
see
do
that's
good
making is
online,
Rocker.
yeah. If they have a good online stint, it's doable. It's doable. It's obviously all gonna come down to land, and that's the way it should be. Um,
Yeah,
I would love if like we had a tiebreaker or something. You know, like Optic and Rocker get tied. They do like a best of 5 on land to see who goes forward. That would be awesome. But yeah, Rocker and C9 are the only ones that have a chance, and Optic. It feels like Optic is the only one at risk.
yeah. Yeah.
And I do want to touch a bit more on this Optic squad to end the show. Um, what do we do here, man? Like, this squad sucks. Like, I wouldn't think I'd be saying that with a squad of Dashy, Hook, Shotzi, and Skies, given their track record. But, like, these guys just suck. Like, what do you do here? Like, genuinely, what do you do?
It's all of for Optic. It's all about just translating what they're doing in scrims to real matches. Like we said it earlier, especially with that phase series, they can compete against the top teams. Obviously, that's a weakened phase.
Yeah.
You know, it's not phase,
Yeah, yeah,
but uh, it's all about if they can translate to actual matches.
yeah. Like, this squad just stinks. Like, just look at their last few matches. Loss. W. Loss. 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 WW. Loss. Loss. WW. Loss. And then a whole lot of losses. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, these guys just, they don't win.
No,
And they need to win some online matches to actually qualify for champs, you know? Um, what are the
I
matches
don't know.
that they got? This is their schedule.
So
Uh,
Surge, Breach, Ravens, Gentlemates, Ultra. That's a hard
so
schedule.
loss, winnable,
Maybe win,
guarantee
winnable.
win, and then loss.
Yeah.
So they could go 1-4 here. Best case scenario, you go 2-3 against this with this schedule. Um,
Let's look at Rocker schedule now.
yeah, let me go pull up Rocker.
So Rocker they verse Falcons, Gentlemates, Ultra, Ravens, Surge. So it's about the same.
Very similar, yes.
They verse three of the same. You know, they verse three of the top teams.
I think Rocker has a chance to go 3-2 here. They
Yeah.
they gotta just start clutching up though. Vegas is super winnable. LAG is a guaranteed dub, and Ravens is very winnable too.
Yeah.
Toronto should be a loss, and Surge should also be a loss. We're on the same page about that,
So
right?
I honestly think this race is going to come down to the major.
It definitely
Op-
is.
Optic
Uh,
and Rocker. If Rocker make a deep run and Optic come top 8 again,
it
which
also depends on
that's
seeding
not
too,
outside yeah.
because look at it this way, right? Um, if Rocker go 3-2, right? They make winners. If Optic go 2-3 or 1-4, they don't have winners guaranteed. They gotta hope that someone loses, and then they would have to face someone from winners dropping down. And how poetic would it be if the Minnesota Rocker dropped down from winners bracket to face them in losers to four champs?
Bro,
That would be awesome. Personally, I would love for
no,
that to
that'd
happen.
be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, this next little bit is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun watch.
It's gonna be exciting couple qualifiers, you
Yeah,
know?
because every match matters for these guys. For C9, Optic, and Minnesota Rocker.
Yes.
Granted, I don't think C9's gonna make a run, but hey, you never know. You never know, man. They could make a crazy run. We got any final thoughts, man? Any final thoughts to close out the show?
Uh, if I'm a fan of Miami, Breach, all that, I'd be very happy with how they showed out at the major.
Yeah.
Uh, if I'm a team like C9, I'm just calling this year chalked. They're done.
If I'm
Sorry,
a C9 fan, we'll see you in Cancun. All right,
but
like it's over. It's probably done.
yeah,
They got a lot of thinking to do. Uh, they also got EWC, so that's also a very big prize pool, if I'm not mistaken.
it is.
So you can make some serious cash there and try to make something happen.
Yo, how do you think LA Thieves funded the super team? Came in second at EWC.
No, that was Nate Shot taking a drastic pay cut in order to make the team happen, which is insane. But anyway, I think we close it out there. Any final thoughts, Void? It was a fun weekend.
No,
Good show too.
it was a fun major,
All right,
and I'm excited for the next one.
peace out, gents.